Hello everybody, and welcome to the very first video in this whole new channel of mine. The name will be presented already. You've already seen what the name is because I'm not quite sure yet. I'm thinking about going with my old name, but we will see. And if I do, it will be Nellie Be Good Creations, because I had a old group with that name, but I might change it. I don't know. So when you see this video, you'll know the name is there, and that's the name I've chosen. Now, I know a lot of you will probably jump from one channel, my treasure hunting boomer channel over here, and thank you because you're great supporters. For all the new people, I'm Nellie. I'm currently sitting in my bus. I've got a house over there, but that's the family uses that. That's where I sit and do my creative stuff. Now, I've decided to do a creative channel because I love creating. The creating helps me mentally when I get depression and stuff like that, which a lot of us do, and I think it's very meditative for a lot of people to help them relax. Guys and girls can do this, okay? I've always been a knitter, crocheter, sewer, all that sort of stuff. I am a jack of all trades, a master of none. I'm not perfect at anything I do. As most of us do, we like to pick our stuff to pieces. It's what I do. I'm also, I get ideas occasionally, but I often get my ideas from other people, and I might just, change them up a little bit. Now, today, what we're making today, what I'm sharing with you, I'm going to share it with you because it's such a simple pattern, yet very effective, and it's making these gorgeous tops. Now, when I start to create anything, I find the pattern so enjoyable to do. It's the same with this little dress I made, which I'll show you another day. I keep making it because I don't have to follow a pattern anymore, because the pattern is in my head because we've done it enough times. But it's actually this is the first one I did. This gorgeous little crochet top. Look, it looks like, oh, that's going to be hard. It is the easiest pattern you could possibly ever make. So I thought I'd share it with you. Now, the lady who originally creates these patterns, she's amazing. I wish I could create patterns. I've changed mine up a little bit, so it's not exactly the same as hers. I'll show you what I've changed in a second. I think her name's Shyler Crochet. I will pop it up here because I can't quite remember. She's brilliant to watch. So if you find me boring, go jump over and watch her stuff. She makes it so simple to watch, and I hope I can help you too. But yeah, it's where we're starting, because I'm crochet mad at the moment. There's a lovely little white one I made, and that's a purple one I made, and that's the yellow one I made, which I'm going to be gifting to somebody. And each of these I actually changed from her pattern. She's got hers joined here. I've actually added, because I felt that was just not quite long enough here to for the shoulders, so I ended up adding a chain stitch through there, and this one I added little flowers on, only because I couldn't find any crystals to go with it. But these other ones, I actually had a lot of beads in my my craft section, and I actually added different tassels on each of these shirts. So that's what I've done there. Okay, this is such an easy pattern, guys. You can make this in a day. It is such a simple pattern. When I first started making, I kept making mistakes because I'm concentrating on what she's showing me, and I'm thinking this isn't right, and it turned out so good. I'm actually making a black one for myself because I like wearing black, and mine I actually am going to be joining. I think I am going to be joining the shoulders together, I think. And I'm thinking of maybe, I wonder if I can create sleeves. Something I'll know, you'll know when I get there if I do. So I would like to have some sleeves to cover the old lady flaps, old lady arms that we all get when we get older, in the bell shape, sort of like the flared sort of look. I don't know if I can do that or not, but that's what I would like to do with that. Now I've got someone coming down the steps from the house. I'll be back in a sec. That's one good thing about sitting here. I can actually peek out the curtains and see who's coming down. Now the bus I'm in at the moment, we lived in it when we travelled to Australia with 6 kids and a dog and a cat for a while as well. But yeah, I just use it, and my granddaughter and her baby come and use it when she's here. So anyway, I can't remember what I was going with that, but these are so simple to make, guys. So simple. I made these ones all in a cotton fabric. I've also got this one I've started, and this one's actually going to be a dress, and I ran out of yarn the other day doing it. It's also cotton, but a pretty yeah, just a pretty print. It just because it's got that changing color in it, doesn't stay the same. So I'm probably going to use this as my front, but I'm actually adding crystal beads on this one as well, because I have quite a few of those. And I had to get more of it the other day, and I'll show you what it is. It's the same product as I use for this, and it's from Spotlight. I don't have a great deal of choice at the moment. Spotlight it is, or opshops, which that little dress there that you see, the orange one, yeah, there. I use opshop yarn, but can't make a lot because you only get a certain amount, but it made a dress and a little bit extra. So this yarn here is called Motivera. I only discovered it the other day because I've always gone to this yarn. This is cotton yarn, which is by Flinders, 4 Seasons, often on special. This one I turned around, I saw it, and it's got twice as much as that, and it was on special for $5. It's usually, I think they're usually $9, which isn't too bad. But I grabbed 2 of those, and I got this top done with 2 balls of that. That's how far. So that could be a top done, finished, $10 top. You know, a little bit of work. Or I'm actually making it into a dress, so I end up getting 2 more lots, and it should come down to probably around the knees. You'll see that as we progress along. But it's such a simple, if you want to do something really simple and you want to make, you love making clothing, which I love, like I can do blankets and stuff, but they bore me, whereas making clothing, I love making clothing. So with the other yarn, the other the tops that I've done, the yarn I've used has been the 4 Seasons. This one I picked up the other day and I liked it, and I actually picked up more yesterday because I wanted to finish it. And I've actually made, I'll tell you, I've actually made 3 of these. I did a quick video before, it was a bit yucky, so I decided to do it again. So I've already got 3. You're going to have 3, you're going to have 4 panels of this. This is to start your little front section up to about here, and then we join it all together, which makes this beautiful top, which I love making because it's so simple. I'm sitting here, I'm watching a Big Bang Theory at the moment, and I'm making the black one for myself and the pink one, which I'll finish off too. But I wanted to show you how easy it is. Now, like I said, if I'm too boring and you can't quite get it and you want to do your measurements properly, because I'm one of those people that just don't measure, I just crochet, and I should learn to measure. I just numbers, words I love, but numbers halt me. I don't want to have to work out measurements because I get all confused in my head. But that other lady who I got this off originally, she's good with measurements and stuff, and you might be that way inclined too. It's just not me. But anyway, I'm going to turn our video down here so you can see what's happening down here, so I can show you how simple, how fast this is to make. I would actually like to time it, which I probably can because I've got a little clock here, and see how long it actually takes us to make this little, well, this part, how quick and easy it is. So I'm going to start that now. Okay, here we go. I hope you can see clearly, guys. I've got this tilted down, as you can see, so you can see what my hands are doing and not my face. Now, the yarn I am using today, I've used all different ones at the moment, but it is a cotton. It's 8-ply cotton. It is the 4 Season Flinders, and this colour is called Lagoon. If you want to know what the other colours, the other shirts are, tops are, I can probably find that for you as well. But they're all at Spotlight. These are on special at the moment, or this week on special for, I think, $2 something a ball. So I got 40% off those at the moment. So like that yellow one I showed you before, or that pink one even, or the yellow one, yeah, $10. It's already made. So nice, quick, fast gift to give someone, last minute gift, because you can make it in a day. I think I said that. So what we're going to do before I get started, I love clover hooks, my favorite hooks of all. I've used all different types of hooks in the past. If you use clover hooks, let me know. If you haven't used them, I'd definitely give them a go. They're nice. It's more of a rubber. It's not plastic. It's just nice to hold on to. I am using a 4mm. You probably could go a little bit higher if you wanted to a 4.5. I like the 4mm. I just find it comfortable. I was going to try 4.5, but I lent my crochet hook to my granddaughter, so I've got to get that back off her soon. I've got the whole set of what they do from the smallest to the largest. They don't go up too large, but I find the 4 and 5s are the 2 that I use the most. Anyway, so we're going to get started with this, and we're going to yabble, chatter as I go about all sorts of stuff. But anyway, what we're going to do is, as you saw what I do, when I start mine, I don't worry about putting a knot in it. I just do a quick stitch like that, and I just grab it. So however you want to start your chain, just do it how you feel comfortable. Hold your hook how you feel comfortable. I hold it pencil style. Some people hold it over their hands. Should have painted my nails before I started, but yeah, and I just, however you feel comfortable holding your hook and yarn, do it the way you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong way, just however you feel comfortable. If you don't know how to crochet, I can send you some people's names on YouTube that you can follow. and yeah, go from there. I've always been able to crochet since I was little, just haven't been able to create things until the last couple of years. So we're going to start to crochet. We're going to start our chains. We're going to start chain 6 chains. We're going to do 6 chains. It's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6 chains. Now the chain you want to get to, we're going to do a double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not count the hook on the chain on your stitch, the 4 before. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do a double crochet into that. So that's hook around, sorry, the loop the yarn around the needle. So you've got 2. Stick it in the hole, stick it in the chain, pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's a double crochet. Now I follow the American version because I watch a lot of, I don't know, I find it easier. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and that's the way they do it. The British way, it's got a different name. Same stitch, just a different name. But that's how I do it. And it's not hard to work out what it is. All you do is just Google it. If you've got an English pattern, just Google it and work out into the other way of doing it. It's easy to do. Okay, stop yabbering. Rightio, so we've got our first double crochet in there. We're going to do 2 chains, which I've just done, and we're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, and we're going to do 1 double crochet into that very first chain that we made. So that's what we're going to do right there. Okay, now along with this, a lot of crocheters will say, oh, you need a needle and you need your scissors. We know that. We don't have to be told because we know what we need when we're crocheting. But it's always good to have a handy little pair of scissors, and your needle you don't need till later on when you're starting to thread all this stuff through, all the leftovers. So anyway, the next one, we've got 3 chain up, and then we're going to put a double crochet into that V stitch that we made. So it's double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So we've got the start of our strap. Then we're going to go into that last stitch that we started with at the beginning, at the end of last row, and we're going to put a double crochet. So that's what it looks like now. Where are you? Right there. And 1, 2, 3, turn your work, double crochet into the next, that space, through 2, 2 chain, back into that space, double crochet, and then back at the end again. And you see how quickly this builds up. Now this the lady that I follow, she's really good to watch. She's just amazing, the patterns she makes and stuff. But she does 8 of these all the way up to 8. So we're going to do 8 today. You can make it longer if you wanted to. Like I did it on a couple of mine. I made it a little bit longer only because I wanted to make sure that the straps weren't going to be too short. And that's why on a couple of, most of mine, I added the extra straps that I've done, the little chain and little tie that I've done at the top. Okay, so chain 3, turn your work, double crochet into that V stitch. It's 1, 2, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to check my time. But I swear you could do this in 10 minutes or 15 or 20 at the max, but it's so simple. So it's 3 chain, turn your work, double crochet into the space, 1, 2, double crochet into the space, and then into that one. I hope I'm not chatter too much. I'm probably going too fast for you. I'll slow this one down. 1, 2, 3, turn your work into that space, double crochet, 1, 2, into that space, double crochet, and then go back into the 3rd chain that we ended with the last row, pop that in there and do a double crochet. And I'm going to keep doing that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more row. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the space. So we've got to our 8th space, and this is where we're going to change things up a little bit. So into the 8th space we do that. 1, 2, 3. Now this time, instead of doing the V stitch, we're actually going to do a shell stitch, which is double crochet 1, double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 1, double crochet 2, and into that last stitch, double crochet. And there you can see, as we're going to be doing that, this is what's going to divide, like to widen it up. I hope you can see me okay, guys. I don't know. I can see too much of my mess next to me. I've got jewellery and everything I'm supposed to be listing to sell. But I'm a bit crocheted nuts at the moment. So I'm just going to double check because a few of mine have changed a little bit. I'm just going to make sure I'm matching up this one with what I've already done. So we're going to next one we're going to change up again. So we've got the shell stitch in there. The next one we're going to go into that space with a double crochet, 1, double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 1, double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 1, double crochet 2, and then we're going to go into that last space, and I'll show you what we've just done. So when we finished that, the last stitch, we just did a double crochet twat. Just had a panic attack because my battery was about to die, so I had to quickly charge it up. So what we've done, we've got the 2, I think I just mentioned that, 2 there, and this last space we've actually done 3 double crochets in it. So we've done 2 there, 2 chain, 2 there, 2 chain, 2 there. Okay, so this time we're going to do the 3 chain. I'm going to change our work just a little tiny bit. It just changes a little bit for a little bit. Well, it actually changes probably every time we do it, just about now. So 3 chain up, and we're going to go double crochet into that space, double crochet. We're going to do a shell stitch in this space, and I'm going to try and slow it down a little bit. I'm sorry, I just looked at my video and I thought, God, you go so quickly, probably no one knows what you're doing. Fail in the first video. That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a bit like me. Okay, so we're going to do the two shells in both of those, 2 chains to get our double crochet all across there. So, and then yeah, we're just doing that. Then we're going to go into that last stitch, and then we're going to come up here again, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to change it up again this row, which is chain the shell stitch, so 2 double crochets, 2 chain, 2 double crochets. In a couple of mine I've just changed it a little bit, so I'm just making sure it's matching this one. So we've got the 2 double crochets in that first section, and then we've got the 2 over here from the last row. So in between those 2 double crochets, there's that little space there. We're going to put a V stitch, and we're going to go 1 double crochet, 2 chain, 1 double crochet, and then we're going to jump over. We're going to go 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1, 2, chain, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and then jump over there to where we always go at the end, put a double crochet in that 3rd stitch, do 3 chain, nothing changes there, and we're going to turn our work. Now, as you can see, we've got 2 double crochet, a V stitch, 2 double crochet. All right, we're going to do shell stitch in across each of those spaces. So it's double crochet, 1, 2, double crochet, and jump over to that chain, that little V stitch, and do a double crochet, 1, 2, 2 chains, double crochet, double crochet again to the last space, double crochet, 1, 2, double crochet, and double crochet, and then into the last space, of course, again is the not last space, the last chain, a double crochet, chain 3. Chain 3 never changes. So we're going to do the same thing along this row, and then the following row there'll be a bit of a change up again. So we're going to go do all that again, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, jump right over. This is where it gives us that nice little space that we see in the pattern of the top. double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and jump over again, double crochet. Now I think the other lady did hers slightly different. Now I probably just messed up the pattern here, but it's giving you the gist of the idea. It's not, you're not going to notice any difference when you're making it. Some of mine, I don't know if I mentioned, but some of mine has is a little bit, yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute because we'll get to that section, but yeah, a little bit different to the others. So now we've got those three, over here a bit more, those three in a row there. What we're going to do is different this row. We've got our chain 3. We turned our work just before the chain space, before I do our shell stitch. There's a little spot there in a chain. If you see that right there next to where we're going to jump in there, we're going to put our hook in there and we're going to put a double crochet. And this is where our piece starts to widen. It starts to widen. So we're actually up to here, this row now, and it's starting to widen out, so you can see how wide it gets. So that's so I've done that. So I've done 1 double crochet in the space, 2 double crochet in the space, 2 chain, 1 double crochet in the space, 2 double crochets in the space, 1 chain, and then jump. We're going to jump and give that space that we're going to have between there and there. Oh, sorry, not going to jump. We're going to jump, but we're going to jump to the one just before the chain space. So you can see the little gap that's happening. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. So it's basically the same thing as we always do, the shell stitch in each of those spaces. And then, but we're putting the, did I do that? Yeah, making sure. Putting that extra one on each side. So we put an extra stitch before your chain space. And we're putting an extra stitch in a minute when we're finished putting our double crochet, our shell stitch in that chain space. Put it there. So it's 1, I put that one there. I'm doing my shell. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now sometimes you forget, you miss it, and you get to the next row and go, what the heck, what did I do wrong? And then you realize you've actually forgotten to put one of those extras on each side, or one of the sides of your pattern. So you just go back and unwind it. It's easy to do. Frogging is so much easier to do in crochet than it is into knitting, so as many of us know. So we do the 3 chain, and the next one, the next row, we're actually going to go the second one. So 1 there and 2 there. So we're going to go into the second from that space, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a double crochet in each of those 2, and then we're going to fill up that space with a shell stitch. So it's 2 double crochets and 2 chains and 2 double crochets, and then we're going to put 2 on that side again next to it. So 1 there and 1 right there. I'm hoping that's clear and you understand what I mean. So you can see it starting to get thicker. So 1, 2, then the shell stitch 1, 2, then we jump on over and do the same thing all the way across and all the way on the other side. And you know what's going to happen to the next row, don't you? We're actually going to jump up to 3. So each row we do, it gets that little bit wider. I've done it, I'm following the pattern I've already done here with the other green ones, and it's the same as what the lady taught in the YouTube video that she does. The only thing I did differently on a couple of them, I actually did a little bit wider. I think I went 6 on a couple and on 7 on, I think the purple one I did 7, just to see how much wider it was going to be, you know, for a larger size. But yeah, and you can do it probably as wide as you like, whatever, you know, if you're good at measuring yourself and know how far across it has to be, etc., go for it. Okay, so done it across. And there, 1, 2, 3. Now we're up to, what are we up to? 3 now, aren't we? Yeah, so we're up to 3. So there's our space. There's 1, 2, and 3. So it's there. We're going to go 1. I'm going to go 2. I'm going to go 3. Hope someone else is timing it. I can't believe I put my watch there to time it and I still forgot to turn it on. But yeah, you can see how quickly it works up. So 2 chain, 2 double crochet in the space, 1 chain there, 2 chain there, jump over, oh sorry, 3 chain, isn't it? 1, 2, hang on, did I do 3? So this is what you've got to constantly check on yourself. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and only left one, and you'll notice it on the next row that, hang on a minute, why isn't that adding up? It's because you've missed one of the stitches in the previous row. So it's 3. What I'm hoping to do with this channel, I don't know if I mentioned it or the previous video I deleted because I made a mess of it. I want to be able to bring a lot of different things in. At the moment it will be crocheting because I'm in crochet la la land at the moment, and it's just helps me to, I don't know, it helps me, I don't know, relax I suppose, because my brain is always going constantly. But I've got furniture I want to strip, and I've got, you know, I want to get some sewing done eventually when I'm set up properly again. And will I knit? I don't know if I'll bother knitting, because knitting, I don't mind knitting, but it's the frogging that I hate when I make a mistake, and it just takes that much longer to do things. I started making jumpers for my 2 grandsons a couple of years ago. I never finished them because I got messed up in the armholes. So I don't know where I put that. I should pull it, well I haven't donated it, I should pull it apart because it actually had pure wool in it. So I'll probably find it eventually amongst all my other bits and pieces. I've got craft stuff for miles, guys. I'm like I think I mentioned before, jack of all, master of none. That's me. But if I see an idea and I like it, well, and I really want to do it, I'll get in there and do it. And like you can see here, I will keep doing it until I get sick of making it and decide to make something else. But I've got lead lighting stuff and all sorts of stuff. Well, not lead lighting stuff, but I've got the thing to shave down things, and you know, the diamond grill. The grill I've never even used. I've got a embroidery machine I bought 10 years 12 years ago. I've not used it yet. Just life. I one day I'd like to get it out and learn how to use it. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to, oh sorry, not up to 5 yet, we're up to 4. So we're going into 4th stitch, which is, get it right, I don't know how anyone else holds it. I've seen people use those special things on their fingers. I just like holding mine. I've always held it like this. I wrap my wool there and I actually hold the tension down here, which is probably not the most comfortable way of doing it, but it's just what I've always done. And I know I've seen some people where they really twist it into their fingers, but yeah, this is just the way I've always done it, and I seem to get a decent tension. I'm not a tight crochet, I'm not ultra loose, I'm just comfortable where I am. So it's 4 into that. So yeah, who knows where this channel will take me, whether it will take off or not. My other channel's been a very, very slow growing channel, as some of you may know. And I'm actually going to be getting back into my metal detecting on that one more so than anything. I've sort of basically quit reselling full time. It's just not something I can keep up with anymore. Yeah, I'll talk about that on my other channel soon, but or maybe I already have before I even release this video, who knows. But this is where my love is creating and upcycling and using, you know, pre-loved items and, you know, things like that. Maybe I'll share some of my vintage finds here, because I don't know, but I love vintage and I collect a lot of vintage clothing, and I love to be able to upcycle a lot of that. I've also got a lot of costumes that I should be actually using, you know, dress up costumes. 1, 2, see how easy, once you know the pattern, and I really hope I've helped, and if I haven't, please go watch the other lady. She is much better at this and more experienced and probably a lot slower. 2, 3, 4. But it's just such an easy, simple, enjoyable pattern to do. And you can, like I said, you can whip up these in a day. If you start in them, probably in a few hours. If you sit there, you know, watching a movie, you'll be able to get through it really, really fast. I just saw this colour. I thought, I don't want to buy any more. I like buying second-hand yarn if I can, but oftentimes you don't have enough. You can't find enough of a particular colour. But I saw this colour in Spotlight not long back, and I was going to use it for something totally different, but I didn't know what yet. And after I made, hang on, I'll make sure, 1, 2, 3. After I made that other top, I just couldn't stop making it, and I thought, oh, this would be nice in this colour. You know, no one will probably even want to wear them, but I can always donate them. It just helps my brain. So, look, I'm not, I don't sell a lot of my stuff. I really don't sell any of my stuff, actually. I end up giving a lot of it away. I've sold a little bit over the time, but this is number 5. We're up to number 5 now, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to double check. Yep, 1, 2, yep. So we're up to number 5. This is where we're going to finish off. So this is the rows. We're going to do 1, 2, and this is where you can keep going. After this row, you can do 6, the next row, the next row 7th, the next row 8th. Whatever you want to do width-wise, you can do. I forget, my thought went somewhere and then it jumped off it. So just yeah, that's what my brain does. It just goes somewhere and goes, oh, I've got to say that, and I forget what I was going to say. But yeah, we're going to finish this row off with the 5 down each side and up each side. I sort of up and down the hill, basically, because that's what it is. It's like hill and valley and hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's what I was going to say. See, I knew my brain went somewhere. I've got a heap of beautiful dresses that I made. Crochet dresses. Oh, I think they're lovely. And I'll show you another time. And I'll probably end up making one with you. I also made it out of cotton from a different lady. But her channel is not in English. So you've got to watch the subtitles. So I thought maybe I can show you how to do that, but in English, because I used to just put everyone's going, how do you do it? And I just put the subtitles on it. It's very easy to follow. Very, very simple as well. But this one, oh my goodness, it's such an easy one to make. You can use whatever yarn you want. I just like cotton. I like bamboos and cottons and all that natural sort of, or more natural. Probably not natural with all the dyes in it, but rather than synthetics. But I will use synthetics on occasion. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do this all the time. I'm always checking to make sure I've got the right amount of stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She goes miss 2 stitches in the middle or something, but I just like to count, make sure I've got exactly the right amount coming down the hill, because that way I know if I've missed in the previous rows, which I've done in the past as well, and I've just had to make it up in the next row when I didn't feel like undoing it. But you can't tell in the pattern, you cannot tell. There's a couple of one of them in there that I've made a mistake on, and I went, yeah, I'm not pulling that out. Not that far away. I think I put 1 double crochet. There was supposed to be 2 or something like that, but no one's going to know. They will not know. What's that saying? No one will know, and she won't know. It's going to be gifted anyway. So 3, 4, 5, and that's the end of that. Oh, I hope I'm in the right position. I can't see my camera very well, so, and I don't know what the lighting's like. I'm hoping the lighting's okay. It's just the best I can do. Okay, so that's it. So that's your that's how quickly and easily, hopefully it's the same size as the other one now. I always get to the end and go, oh man, is that the same size? Yes it is. Is it? Yes it is, thank goodness. It's the same size. So I've got 4 of those made now. So what you'll do then, this is where your scissors come in handy. You will get your scissors and you will cut that off like that, okay? And that's what we do there. And the next step is, I think I might have a drink and I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so I've got my 4 pieces here, right? Now, when you do the last one, I don't want you, do not knot these off. Just keep them loose like that. Don't tie them off. So each one you do, cut them, open the threads, doesn't come through. Do not tie them off. But the very last one, don't even cut it. So the very last one you do, so I already kept that one this side, you keep the yarn attached to the ball, okay? So don't cut the last one yet you do. Just cut the other 3 off. So what we do now, we get our hook and we put it through the top of that. So we've got our hook there, right? And we're going to put it in the top of our that third chain that we had. Hang on, I've got to grab it. third chain we had. Don't be too pedantic about it. Just grab something up there around the third chain area, and that's when you are pulling that through, and that's when you're going to knot it off so you can get that joined together. Okay, and this is where our needle comes in handy. You can use your needle to your wool needle to thread that through, which I'll probably do shortly before I crochet it all together, or I've done it the other way around too. And again, you get to your next one, do the same thing and join it to that last little section there and pull that through. I think you actually can pull it through and then do just a single crochet. So just pull it through and just secure it there. Didn't do that to that one. And then the last one, which is this one, still attached to the ball, do the same thing. Hopefully you can see, and into that hole there, to that last and that third chain. I can get it in there. Doesn't want to play. Do it again. Pull that wool through, slip it, and do an extra one to secure it. Right, and then finally we come to the one that's still attached to our yarn. We are going to use that to come round and attach that fourth one to this one here, but we're not cutting anything off here. We're going to keep that attached, and we're going to pull that through, and there we go. Okay, so now we've got all our pieces all attached. What I like to do, just to keep my work secure, because the very first one I ever made, it all went upside down and roundabout. Confused me. I like just a little bow up there, just to keep them all together so they're not turning upside down and around about. So I can go round and round without having it all tip over when I first start. What I often do too, I'm halfway through this and I go, I want to do the straps, so I end up doing the straps later. So I'm probably going to do the same thing I've done with the others, which I'll show you after, which I'll probably do the extra there. But you don't have to. You can actually just crochet it like that together, and that's your straps, which is it's your choice. That's what she does. I just did it the other way because I thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of beadwork. You don't have to. But anyway, so now we're up to this section, right? Hopefully you can see. And what we're going to do is going to go slip stitch. So we've got the join up. We're going to slip stitch one. Sorry, not slip stitch. Yeah. No, we're going to single crochet one. No, we're not. We're going to slip stitch. So, sorry. We're going to slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to, usually 3, but I think I did 2. So slip stitch. I will do that again. We'll get it back to the beginning. Go back here. We're going to slip stitch 3 across, and we're going to go slip stitch 1, slip stitch 2, and I think that one's 3. I'll make sure I'm 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Slip stitch 3. So we slip stitch across 3 of those just there, and then we're going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and guess what? We're going to do what we always do. Turn our work, and we're going to jump over to the 5th one on this side, and she counts it, but the very first time you do this, it's really hard to count the stitches because you joined it there. So I come down this way, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where I'm going to be. In that 5th stitch down is where I'm going to start, and guess what? We're going to do the same thing, round and round and round and round. So that's what we're going to do, and this is the part that brings all that work you just did, all those 4 pieces you just did all together like that, and that's it. So you're doing 5 down up one side, 5 down the other, until you get back to the other side. I might do this first round with you. I'd probably do it in fast motion, because what we're wanting to do, we're wanting to get it to look like, hang on, I've got to try and find one of these tops that it's not too attached. They're all attached. So what we want to do, so we're up to this row here basically, we'll join them together. So we're about here. We're going, we're next, we're about here. doing across here somewhere. I don't know where we're up to. Hang on for a second. Hang on. Yeah, we're up to this one. It is that one. So we're up to here. This is where we started. We're doing our thing, and this is what we're going to end up with, this constant round and round, and all the holes in a row. If you've got no holes that are not in a row, there's something wrong. But yeah, so that's what we're going to end up with, that sort of pattern through like that. So that's what we're doing, right round and round and round. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to put this in the fast motion. You won't hear me blabbing on. And yeah, we're going to keep on going like that till we get to the other side. Then I'll show you what happens at the other side. And yeah, let's go. So how are you all going? I'm nearly at the end, and I'm going to quickly show you something. Like I said to you before, I count from the top down, but you can also, if you've got a neat edge, you can go 1 2 3 4, and that's usually the one you're after. So it's 1 2 3 4 5, so that 5th stitch. Now remember that if you see what I mean, 1 2 3 4, you can see the chains in between. And then go to the 5th one, or count down to the 5. If you remember, I said you can actually make it wider. So if you're going to do a 6 chain, it will be 6, 7, 7, if you know what I mean, 7 on each side instead of the 5 that we're doing today. 5 is the minimum, I think, that she does. So that's why we started with the smaller one. But we're nearly at the end now, and I thought I'd just show you that, because some of the neater sides you can actually count the 4. On the join space, this is a bit harder because it's not as neat. And oftentimes if the join area is not as neat, that's where I put my underarms. I can hide all the mistakes there. Or, you know, neat, not as neat. 3, 4, and the 5th one has already been made for us. So we cut back, remember that first 3 chain we did, and we turned the work around. Instead of making 5 down here, we're actually going to use that as our 5th one. So we've got to put our slip stitch through that chain, and that'll be our 5th down that side. So it's 1 2 3 4 5. You can see that. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And so that's the end of our first round there. And I'm going to show you what I mean about the underarms. See this section here, it's not as, well, not that so much, that one's not too bad. With this one, no, they're not too bad. Once they start to go together, not too bad, but they're the pieces I'm going to be sewing under there. But yeah, there's the start of our little top, and I'm going to let you keep going with that, and I'm going to come back when I have actually finished this one and show you the end results. And I'm going to sew all these bits in, probably all the little loose threads in now, so they don't annoy me. You can do it now or later, it's up to you, but it's good to do it now. You can actually then, if there's any end, you can actually crochet it in as you're going around the next lot, or I should have already done it actually, but yeah, I should have done that first lot. But anyway, that's the beginning of our little top. Isn't it cute? You can make it as short or as long as you like. So if you want a little short one, you can do one, or if you want a really long one, you can do one, or if you want a dress, you can do one, or if you want to do your hips, you can do that. So it depends on how long you want it. It's up to you, but basically you just keep going round and round and round and relax and enjoy watching your movies while you're doing it. Easiest little top. Oh, when I first saw it, I thought, no way is that going to be as easy as that, but it has been so easy to do, and I'm so happy with it. So yeah, you get yourself a really pretty top like one of these. These are yet to be worn. I'm actually waiting for doing the black one. That's the one going to be mine, but the girls have been ogling these. They just haven't made their choices what they want. They all like the white one for some reason. So I actually have got more white yarn. It's just not cotton, which I probably could use, which I've had for a while. It's from the op shop as well, whole heap, but I didn't know what to make with it, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, I will see you in a minute. When I eventually finish this, I'll probably finish this one and that one and the dress before you see it. I don't know, I might just concentrate on this blue one today to get it done, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. Anyway, I'll see you shortly. Guys, it's the next day, and I actually finished this yesterday, the crocheting part, and I just then added some beads to the top. Now this is a small size. I just tried on my black one, which I thought would fit me, but it's quite snug, so you might want to make it a little bit, like you can go, instead of doing 5, which is small, you probably can go add extra stitches like we talked about yesterday. The ones I made, I think the purple one was larger and the white one, all the rest have been smaller. So yeah, this is a small size one, but yeah, I added the I ended up doing that, which she doesn't do on hers. She sews hers together, as I mentioned before, and I just added the little beady thing on the end of it. Just make up your own ideas. You might do something different. Like the other one, I put little flowers on it, and you know, whatever you want. You don't have to put anything if you don't want to. But that's it. That's a little blouse, little top, nicely made, very simple, as you saw. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I have actually finished the black one crocheting. I did finish that one today. I'm shedding hair everywhere at the moment. I finished the black one today. I'm a bit disappointed that it's a little bit snug on me. It still fits nice, but it's a little bit snugger than I wanted it to be. But the only thing I haven't done yet is just join the straps up, which you can do on yours if you like. But isn't it pretty? Like, that's in the black. And so tonight, what I'll probably focus on is the this pretty one, this pretty coloured one, which I've already added 2 of the beads onto too. And this is from an old necklace that was broken at one end, and I've taken the beads off, and this one I've actually added the extra bits on it that was on the necklace as well. So I've only got to put 2 more straps up, and the reason I hadn't done all the straps yet is because the colours, I was trying to match the colours with the strap, which I can't do at the moment. Hang on, I'll show you what I mean. I've just threaded that through. So on this side I need the grey. I had no grey left, so I haven't done that yet. But I wanted to, and this one as well, I just wanted to add the colours, the same colour that I'm used on the strap, I want to do on the chain that I've done for the extra strap. Got myself all tangled. If you know what I mean, that's what I mean. Okay, so I've done that one and the pink one there with that, and all I've got to do is get enough yarn for the pink and the grey, and that way they'll all have a different colour on each, and then the beadwork. So you'll see that one soon, probably at the end of this video, hopefully, because I've got a bit of editing to do. My internet is really bad at the moment, so by the time I finally get this edited, I'll probably have this finished, hopefully. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back soon.